So as my friends have demonstrated, all Black women have different ways of doing their hair. It can be weaves, it can be wigs, it can be braids, it can be twist outs, it can be natural hair, it could be anything. I personally really love headscarves like the one I'm tying now. I have so many of them. However, regardless of what we choose to do with our hair, most Black women have had an experience in a salon, and that's what I hope to talk to you about. To speak about gentrification's effects on salons, I talked to Dr. Shatima Jones, NYU professor in the sociology department, Winnie Benara, a hairstylist in the African hair braiding salon, Ladue Braiding, and Sharon Backus, owner of Sharon Salon.
I am a visiting assistant professor here in the Department of Sociology. My research is based on how Black people think about their racial and gender identities, right? And how place and space shapes those understandings. So specifically, my research that I'm working on now, it's an ethnographic study of a barbershop in Brooklyn. I'm also working on new research on an ethnographic, on a beauty salon in Brooklyn as well. Right. So in a way, I almost want to say like gentrification in terms of the customer base hasn't really affected the customer base because the brown and Black women are still going to the salon. It's not like white women are entering and coming into those spaces for whatever reason, right? So, but I think the owner probably thinks about it more in terms of rent and potentially being pushed out.
So how are salons being impacted by gentrification? Is it bringing them new business? Is it running them out of business? How have these salons been able to adapt to a growing and changing neighborhood?
Hi, my name is Winnie and I work at an African braiding salon. I started working here for like 2 months now. In Brooklyn, yes, there's a lot of gentrification here. I feel like it's a plus and a negative, and the positivity is that the crime rate has gone down. People are being a little bit more open-minded, but then we're also losing our culture in the process of it. So yes, there is a whole lot of gentrification in Brooklyn that's been unexpected, but what can you do? I mean, we also do have some clientele from the other race that do come in here and get their hair done, and there are some of our regulars, so there's no complaints, but they are in the neighborhood and they do come. Sometimes they get cornrows. They do ask for certain styles, and we let them know due to their hair textures, you can't get that certain style, but yeah.
I've been here 30 years. So when I started, it was great, business was wonderful, people were lined up outside. It was excellent, But now the business has totally changed, and it looks like you have to change with the times. Like with all business, a lot of my customers move out of town, which gentrification does have something to do with it. A lot of my customers move to places where they could afford, where it's cheaper to live. And yes, that's true. Gentrification does play a factor in all of that.